does he find?
A ring that is not plastic and all that. It's actually a real life ring.
Okay, all right. So once you write that down, I want you to make a prediction about what you think he's going to do. So what does he find?
Ring.
A ring, yeah. And then when you're finished writing this down, I want you to make a prediction in your head about what you think he's going to do about that ring, okay? Okay. I'm going to zoom this out just a little bit so that you can read your next part, okay? All right, are you ready to start here? Okay, I actually want to listen to you read, so can you read this part to me?
The next morning when I was getting dressed for school, I reached into the back pocket of those jeans and felt something around. I pulled out,
What's that word?
something around.
Okay.
I pulled out a ring.
Okay. So we're gonna move it over.
A real ring. At first I thought it was cheap and plastic, but when I held it up to the window, it sparkled in the light. The ring had 3 colored jewels. They were surrounded by diamonds.
How do you think he feels about that?
Surprise.
I mean, would you be surprised if you pulled out a real ring from your pants that you had bought someplace else? I like how you read with expression right there. Good job. Keep going, and when you get to this pause and think, stop and jot. Okay? Okay. All right, Grace. All right, kiddo, I want to listen to you, okay?
Time to dream. For the next few days, the ring was all we talked about. Unanimously.
So we're going to break this apart. Unanimously. That's a tough one. Do you know what it means?
Agreed on by everybody.
Okay. So it's when, like, if you take a vote for something and everybody agrees on the same thing, it's unanimous. Does it make sense? Okay.
Decided that my ring was real, and that is worth thousands of dollars. After school, we'd sit in my bedroom with the ring on the floor between us. We'd eat barbecue potato chips and dream about all the things I could buy with that money. Well, Xavier and I dreamed Yuri did his best to squash every last dream.
What do you think that means right there? So while these two, it says, while we dreamed, Yuri did his best to squash every last dream. What does it mean to squash something?
He probably just doesn't want to think about it. He may think that it's not fair, and he just doesn't want to help
Okay.
his friend.
Okay. All right. Keep reading.
What about the person who lost the ring? He asked. What if it belonged to some grandmother, and it was the last thing her husband ever brought her? He pointed to Xavier. What if the owner was your grandmother?
Okay, so how does Yuri feel about this ring?
He thinks that it's like maybe somebody else's and it's really important to them.
Okay. So up here when it says that he's squashing the dreams, do you understand now why he's saying that? Because it doesn't belong to them, right? So what do you think Yuri might tell them to do? I want you to keep reading, and when you're done, write that there, okay? All right, where are you?
I'm here.
Okay, let me listen to you.
Xander paid for those jeans, said Xavier. Can't help it that the ring came with them. He didn't answer the grandma question. They looked at me to break the tie. That's what I always did when they disagreed. But this time it was different. The decision was up to me. I thought about being able to buy a car and a video games and a skateboard.
Okay. All right, so how does he feel about keeping this ring? Xander, that is.
He feels like it would be kind of fun to keep it because he could get some pretty cool and interesting things that not usually most kids have.
Okay. Do both of his friends think he should keep the ring?
No.
Okay, so who thinks that he should give it back?
Yuri,
Why?
because he thinks that it might belong to some other people.
Okay. And what about the other friend, Xavier?
He thinks he should keep it because, well, he's thinking what would be the wonderful things, and that since it came with the chains and he bought the chains, it's kind of his.
Okay. What do you think?
I think since usually females that are adults get engaged, it might be his mom's engagement ring, but in accident, she put her hand in the pocket when she was showing the jeans to him, and then the ring just was left in there, and she forgot to take it out.
Okay. All right. I can't wait to see if that is what actually happens. All right. I want you to read the solution and then answer. It's here. The question here. Good. All right. Good job. All right, Malia. How are you, kiddo? Good. All right. What did you just finish reading?
This section.
Okay. Okay. So what are you writing down?
Here.
Mm-hmm. So what should Xander do? You say, I think Xander should what?
Take it back
Okay. Why do you think he should take it back?
because someone else might be looking for it.
Okay. Do his friends agree with him on that?
Yuri does.
Yuri does. What does Xavier think?
That he should keep it.
Yeah. What do you think?
I agree with Yuri
Why?
because it doesn't belong to him.
Okay. Awesome. All right. When you're finished writing that down, you're going to read Time to Dream and then answer this question here, okay? Okay. All right. Good job. So when you three finish answering the question that you're working on, I actually want you to stop and pull out your other sheet so we can actually talk about how Xander is feeling right now at the beginning of our story. So since you're done here, go ahead and pull out this sheet here and let's see if we can work together to answer this question. Okay, so at the beginning of the story, Xander has a choice that he has to make, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the choice that he has to make at the beginning, and then we're going to see if he keeps that same choice at the end. So go ahead and look at question 1, and it says, how does Xander feel about going into the thrift store? Okay, so when he was in the thrift store with his mom, how did he feel about it?
Embarrassed.
Embarrassed, okay? He did not want to do it. So we're going to put at first, we're going to write embarrassed. All right, look at question 2. What does Xander want to do with the ring that he found?
He wants to, I guess, keep it.
At this point, would we all agree that he wants to keep the ring? Okay, go ahead and write that in. He wants to keep the ring. Okay. Have we all gotten to the point for question 3? It says, what friend does Xander agree with? Have we all read which friends he's been with, right? He's been with Xavier and Yuri, and both of them have different opinions, right? So which friend right now does he agree with?
Xavier,
Why?
because he thinks that if he just does keep it, he could get himself these like big and like fun things that kids usually don't have.
Correct. Okay, so, oh, go ahead.
And since he bought the jeans, Xavier thinks that he should keep the ring because it came with the jeans.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, go ahead and we're going to write Xavier right here, and I'll spell it for you. Xavier. And tell me why. So next to it, write why he wants to keep that ring. You okay? So, number 4, it says, what does Xander think makes this ring valuable? Why does he think that this ring has a lot of value to it?
It has diamonds.
Yes. Anything else?
It's real.
Do you think it's real?
And it might be, when I looked at the picture, it looked like it was silver. It might be silver or it might be gold that's like painted in silver.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and answer that question. He thinks that it's real and it has diamonds. DIAMONDS. There you go. Okay, so what you three are now going to do, go ahead and turn back to your stop and jot sheet. And I want you to go ahead and read the next section, and then you're going to answer the question that goes with that. Okay? So for you, when you got up, we wrote down, why does he agree with Xavier? Why does he want to do what Xavier wants to do?
He thinks that he's going to do it.
Okay, so I want you to go ahead and write that. All right, good job. Okay, so now you're on this heading right there. Okay. All right. Let me listen to you read.
It upset me to think about that mom and daughter, but that's when I got to the idea. I could give the ring to my mom. That wasn't keeping it exactly, but it wasn't giving it back either. It seemed like a good solution, but I knew my mother would search for the person who lost the ring. For my mom, this would be an easy decision.
Okay, so let's talk about that ring and how it got in there. So earlier we thought maybe like his mom had placed it in there. So do we now think that his mom put it in there?
No.
No. So do you want to revise what you think happened? How do you think it got in there?
I think a mom was like looking at the a different mom was looking at the jeans, and she wanted to see if like the pockets were silky or something like that.
Okay.
The ring got stuck in there, so she forgot it there, and now they found the jeans, and there was the ring.
Okay. Okay. Do you think he's having a change of mind about what he should do with that ring?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What does he probably think he needs to do now?
Give it to his mom, or so that the mom could find who should it belong to, or give it to this mom who he thinks might need it.
Okay. Okay. Good job. Where are you? Oh, okay. Go ahead. Keep reading. Good job. All right, Grace. Where are you, kiddo?
Here.
Okay.
I waited for the store to empty out before I stepped inside.
Okay. So let's look at this question. What solution did Xander come up with before returning to the store? So what was he thinking of doing before he actually goes to the store?
Giving it to his mom to see
Okay.
if she wants it.
Okay. So do you think if he took it to his mom that she'd be like, thank you? What do you think she'd probably do?
She would probably say, "Where did you get that from?" And then he would answer, and then we'll return it back to the store that you got it from.
Okay, okay. So it sounds like he's changing his mind about keeping it, right? Yeah. Okay. And that was Time to Dream, or was it the solution? Somehow we got messed up on here.